Dear students, how are you? Today we will discuss about half-life. It is not possible to say that exact moment when a defined radioactive nuclei will emit radioactive rays. Physics can only predict the probability of its radiation, so the concept of half-life is used to determine the amount of radioactivity. The time in which half of the nuclei disintegrate is known as half-life. Therefore, the more the radioactivity of an element, the less its half-life is. The half-life of a stable nuclei have no radioactivity can be considered to be infinite. Okay. It is necessary to know that radioactivity is a nuclear phenomenon, so a nucleus is transformed into another through radioactive emission. A different nuclei can accept or donate one or two electrons from the surroundings to become a chargeless atom. This is because the energy of the electron of an atom is much smaller than the nuclear energy of a nucleus. There is a map for it. The half-life of a radioactive elements of 1 kg is 100 years. What will be the mass? Will its mass be after 200 years? Answer is mass doesn't change directly due to radioactivity. Only 3/4 of the nuclei of the radioactive elements will emit radiation particle of 200 years. So answer is mass doesn't change directly due to radiation. Only 3/4 of the nuclei of the radioactive elements will emit radioactive particles in. That's the answer of the question. Now, use of radioactivity. Uses of radioactivity. There are many different uses of radioactivity. If a small amount of radioactive sample is inserted into a body, information about the body can be detected by observing the movement of the radioactive samples from outside the body. Generally, those radioactive samples have a very low half-life. It may a few minutes, thus the radioactivity of the sample will be finished within an hour. Another important use of radioactivity is the determination of the age of the ancient fossil. In our body, there is huge amount of carbon in which a defined amount of C14 is present. When an animal dies or no more C4 can enter the body filter. The amount of carbon deposit before getting less due to the half-life. Thus, know the amount of C14 that would have normally be present initially, and by calculating the amount which is decreased, age can be determined actually. A radioactive element can cause harm to the cell of a body, so different types of caution are taken. Radioactivity is used to destroy harmful cells with the body. There is why for the treatment of cancer, radioactive elements are used to destroy the cancer cell. Radioactivity is also used to make the equipment germ-free. Detecting the presence of the smoke and determining the amount of different matters in minerals. So you might understood the use of radioactivity. Okay. Now we discuss about awareness about radioactivity. A high radioactivity dose can cause many problems in our body. When research started about radioactivity, the scientists did not know the bad effect of radioactive was. As a result, scientists were attacked with many diseases in contact with radioactivity due to work for a long time with radioactive elements. Maria Curie suffered from leukemia and died. Radioactivity decreased immunity against diseases, prevention capability of human, and even physical disability children are born in inherently. We do not usually face radioactivity very much in our daily life due to new technology in the world. Many people have started to face the bad effects of radioactivity. The nuclear radiation is a nuclear power plant produces serious radioactivity. Many radioactive waste have high half-life and can remain radioactive for lakh of years. There are even incidents of radioactive waste being separated into surrounding due to accidental in nuclear power plants. Many people faces radioactivity in the accident of the submarine by run by nuclear energy. The most devastating event took place in Hiroshima and Nagasaki due to nuclear bomb. Many people were exposed to radioactivity. So many researchers have been started becoming concerned about radioactivity. So many research and the determination of the safe limit of radioactivity also started. General people are now began aware about the effects of radioactivity. Now, development development of electronics. Electronics has a greater contribution in the development of the modern civilization, and it is not at exaggeration by any means. The gradual development of electronics can be divided into three parts: the vacuum tube, transistor, and the integrated circuit. There are three major parts to discuss about electronics. First হচ্ছে vacuum bulb. In 1883, Edison observed that in a light bulb, a current can flow through a vacuum space from the filament to a metal plate. This process is known as the Edison effect. In 1904, John Fleming, on the basis of Edison effect, first created a vacuum tube with two electrodes, which worked as a rectifier. It converted an alternating current into a direct current. This vacuum tube is considered as the introduction of electronics. That time, the exchange of information has started by radio wave. Marconi needed such type of vacuum tube to control the radio wave. It is noted that Marconi was mentioned as the inventor of radio, but in recent time, the contribution of Bengali scientist Jagadish Chandra Basu is also acknowledged. In 1906, Lee Forrest invented another vacuum tube by adding third electrode, which is known as the name triode. The triode can control the flow of electricity and work as an amplifier. The development of vacuum tube take place in first through telegraphic communication using Morse code, and then through the use of vocal communication by telephone. During the First and Second World War, different types of specialized vacuum tubes were used to control weapons, radio, navigation. Okay, etc. In 1946, the first computer Amiga was involved using 800 vacuum tube. In 19 the first computer yeah, was invented using vacuum transistor. In 1947, the transistor was first invented by Bell Laboratory, and for the invention, John Barden, Walter Martinian, and William Shockley was awarded the Nobel Prize. No one could imagine that at that time how fast the widely the transistor would change the whole world. A transistor can work just like a vacuum tube, but compared with vacuum tube, it is very small in size, light in weight, and very small amount of electricity is needed to operate it. It is very reliable, and most of all it can be made at very low cost. Thus it rapidly secured its place, replacing the vacuum tube, and the people of the world began to get many electrical appliances by using the transistor at very cheap. In 19 the transistor was first invented. In Bell Laboratory. Okay, now integrated circuit. Although the discussion about an integrated circuit was started in 1952, a real integrated circuit was started to be made in the 66th decade. In the first fifth decade, many transistors were made of a tiny silicon plate, and eventually the transistors were separated by the cutting them for the plates. This process was improved to a small extent while preparing an integrated circuit, not only a transistor but also creating a diode, resistor, and a capacitor on a wafer. A complete circuit was started to be made. The circuit was named as integrated circuit. With the development of technologies, many transistors were assembled in small area, and first it was named large scale integrated circuit, and then it's called very large scale integrated VSLI. This circuit were made into ready-made package so that they could be directly used in circuits. Modern equipment such as microcomputer, clinical apparatus, video camera, communication satellite would never be possible without this integrated circuit. Another name is IC. Okay, that's all for today. Be safe and keep studying. Allah Hafiz.